There is a man. He hasn't left his apartment in 3 days. His friends think he's busy. His family thinks he's fine. But he's not fine. He's been paying a stranger on the internet to make him feel loved. And the strangest part, it's working. Not because he's broken, not because he's weak, not because something went wrong with him, but because his brain, your brain was built 200,000 years ago, and it has absolutely no idea what a screen is. This is not a story about one man. This is a story about every human being alive right now, and the ancient wiring that none of us were warned about. Because here is what nobody tells you. The brain inside your skull right now, the one watching this, the one that gets lonely at 2 a.m., the one that lights up when someone pays attention to you, that brain was not designed for the world you are living in. It was built for a world that no longer exists. Picture it, 200,000 years ago. No cities, no phones, no screens, just a small band of humans, maybe 30, maybe 50 people, surviving together on the African savanna. That was your entire world. Every face was familiar. Every voice meant something. Every moment of being seen meant you were safe. It meant you belonged. It meant you were going to survive another day. And your brain, the ancient, hungry, desperately human brain, learned to crave that feeling more than almost anything else. Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist at Rutgers University, spent decades scanning the brains of people in love. What she found stopped her cold. The brain experiencing deep human connection looks almost identical to the brain on cocaine. Same dopamine flood, same obsessive focus, same desperate craving for just one more hit. Your brain does not bond with people because it is romantic. It bonds because it is ancient. That chemical rush, the warmth of being chosen, being seen, being wanted by someone, was one of the most powerful survival tools evolution ever created. It kept mates together. It kept tribes strong. It made sure children were raised and families held on through the hard seasons. For 200,000 years, it worked perfectly. And then someone built an app. Here is what OnlyFans actually is, not morally, not politically, scientifically. It is a machine that speaks fluent ancient brain. It takes every bonding signal your 200,000-year-old wiring was built to respond to, and delivers them on demand. Attention, eye contact, a voice that sounds warm, a message that feels personal. The electric feeling of being chosen by someone who seems to exist. Just for you. Your ancient brain receives every single one of those signals, and it believes every single one of them. Dr. Ogi Ogas, a neuroscientist at Boston University, co-authored a landmark study on the human brain and digital desire. What he found was deeply uncomfortable. The brain processes real intimacy and simulated intimacy through the exact same pathways. The dopamine response is identical. The oxytocin, the bonding chemical your body releases during real human touch, fires just the same behind a screen as it does in real life. Your caveman brain cannot tell the difference. It was never built to. And this is where it gets stranger than you think. Oxytocin is not just a feel-good chemical. Scientists call it the trust hormone. It is the biological glue that holds human relationships together. It releases during eye contact, during vulnerability, during moments when one human being says to another, I see you, I choose you, you matter. For hundreds of thousands of years, it was sacred, biological, earned. Now it releases. Every time a notification arrives, every time a creator says your name, every time a message feels real, every time the screen gives you that small warm signal that someone out there sees you, your ancient brain dumps the same chemicals it would release if you were sitting beside someone you loved around a real fire in the real dark. It cannot help it. It is doing its job. But here is the twist that rewrites everything. This is not a flaw that was added to you. This is the very strength that made your species survive. Go back further, way further. Because 200,000 years ago, Your ancestors were not alone on this planet. There were others, Neanderthals, who buried their dead and painted caves and made jewelry from shells. Homo erectus, who survived for nearly 2 million years. Denisovans, Homo floresiensis. At least 9 different human species walking this earth, thinking, hunting, loving, raising children around fires just like yours. And, one by one, they all disappeared. Every single one of them gone. So, what made your ancestors different? Dr. Yuval Noah Harari, author of *Sapiens*, argues that the one thing that separated your ancestors from every other human species was not strength, not the size of their brains, not their weapons. It was their ability to bond with strangers, to feel loyalty to people they had never met, to build trust across vast distances, to look at a stranger and say, "You are one of us." That was the superpower. That single ancient ability to connect, to feel that warm chemical pull toward another human being, built trade networks across continents. It built alliances between tribes. It built every civilization, every city, every nation that has ever existed on this planet. It outlasted the Neanderthals. It outlasted every other human species on Earth. And today, it is being sold back to you. Subscription by subscription, message by message, notification by notification. The man in the apartment who hasn't left in 3 days. He is not broken. He is not a failure. He is a 200,000-year-old brain that has been fed real human bonding signals so consistently, so perfectly, so relentlessly, that the line between real and simulated has completely dissolved. His ancient wiring did exactly what it was built to do. It found connection. It bonded. It held on. It just had no idea it was looking at a screen. And here is the most uncomfortable truth of all. The same instinct that outlasted the Neanderthals, the same bonding drive that built every human civilization that has ever existed, is the exact weakness that a ring light and a Wi-Fi connection can now reach inside you and pull. Not because you are weak, because you are human. Because 200,000 years of evolution built you to feel this. And evolution never saw a smartphone coming. So the next time you feel that pull, that warm, quiet craving for connection behind a screen, that feeling of being seen by someone who does not know your name, remember this, that feeling is real. It is just not new. It is 200,000 years old. It outlasted 9 human species. It built the entire world you are sitting in right now. And it still has absolutely no idea what a ring light is,